We are the greatest nation in the world.
A breath of fresh air.
Common sense.
Very impressive.
He's articulate, and he knows exactly what we need.
Herman Cain.
Herman Cain.
Solutions for a better America.
Anytime.
This is your host, Herman Cain. Thank you for joining us. Because you know we are going to tell you the truth, give you the facts, because we want you to be better informed and inspired to help make this a better United States of America. Thank you for joining us. You may have heard, but we consider this a breaking news announcement. President-elect Donald Trump has nominated Judge Neil Gorsuch to be his Supreme Court nominee. President Trump, in his announcement last night, reminded the American people he promised, if elected, to find the very best judge in the country.
I am keeping another promise to the American people by nominating Judge Neil Gorsuch of the United States Supreme Court to be of the United States Supreme Court.
And Judge Gorsuch says he is humbled to be the president's pick.
Standing here in a house of history and acutely aware of my own imperfections, I pledge that if I am confirmed, I will do all my powers permit to be a faithful servant of the Constitution and laws of this great country.
And Senator Mitch McConnell weighed in, Senate Majority Leader, with high praise for Gorsuch.
By all accounts, probably the outstanding federal circuit court and judge in the whole country.
And it didn't take long for Nancy Pelosi, Democrat Minority Leader, to try and throw cold water on Gorsuch's nomination.
If you breathe air, drink water, eat food, take medicine, or in any other way interact with the courts, this is a very bad decision.
It's not a very bad decision. It is scare tactics. I hope many of you that consider yourself Democrats or you vote Democrat, I hope you all are not buying that malarkey. Because you see, that along with all of the slow walking of the various candidates that are being confirmed, it shows that they don't have the best interests of the country at heart. You can't find a blemish in the record of Judge Neil Gorsuch, but they are determined that they're going to fight it tooth and nail. Why? For political purposes only. Not because it makes sense, not because they can really find anything wrong with the guy, but simply because they can. In fact, one senator, Democrat from Oregon, Senator Jeff Merkley, he predicted that Democrats would launch a filibuster against whoever President Trump picks for the Supreme Court. That's crazy. But that's what they're trying to do, folks. They're still in denial, and they're angry. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. In other news happening now, Senate Finance Committee has reconvened this morning, and rule changes were made, and Republican members present voted to approve Tom Price for Health and Human Services Secretary and Steve Mnuchin for Secretary of the Treasury. Both nominations head to the floor. All Republican members showed up and went nuclear. You see, the little antics from yesterday with them not showing up didn't work out too well, did it? And so what the Senate Finance Committee said, okay, if you're going to act childish and pull this crap, we're just going to change the rules such that all we need is 50% plus one.
I'm very disappointed in this type of crap. I mean, my gosh, there's no excuse for it.
There's no excuse for it, other than their own political motivation. 3 nominees up for today. Congressman Mick Mulvaney for Budget Chief, Senator Jeff Sessions for Attorney General, and Scott Pruitt for EPA Administrator. Now, all are probably facing party line votes, and they probably will get approved out of committee. The vote on Senator Sessions carries over from yesterday and is expected within about 30 minutes of the start time, hopefully. But the Democrats are still into their slow walking. Slow walking, but we're still moving toward a better America.
A better America.
We will face many challenges, but with the faith in each other and the faith in God, we will get the job done.
Herman Cain's connected, unfiltered perspective every day.
The full United States Senate confirmed Elaine Chao to serve as Secretary of Transportation, which was a relatively swift approval for one of President Donald Trump's least controversial cabinet picks. Vice President Mike Pence touts Elaine Chao's resume.
Your experience will serve well, overseeing what we anticipate will be historic investments in our nation's roads, bridges, airports.
Remember, she was a cabinet member previously, so she got very little pushback on this particular nomination. There's a new immigration leader. President Trump replaced the acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE as they call it, shortly after he fired the acting Attorney General. Now, unlike the firing of acting Attorney General Sally Yates, the replacement of acting ICE Director Daniel Ragsdale came with no explanation. Well, did he need to give one? Ragsdale was replaced by Thomas Holman, ICE's Executive Associate Director of Enforcement and Removal Operations since 2013. So he did go ahead and take that action. Betsy DeVos, Education Secretary nominee. She was confirmed out of committee. And so now she is one step closer to getting a full vote of the House of the United States Senate to become Secretary of Education. Already, the teachers' union are spreading lies about what she did in Michigan. Lies. This is all they have, folks, to distract and to discourage people from voting a certain way. Then you have an internal GOP straggler, although he claimed, this is Senator Angus King, he claims that he's going to vote against Mr. Sessions. He claims that Mr. Sessions is a friend and said he likes him. But he doesn't think that Mr. Sessions can be independent in carrying out his job, no matter what Mr. Sessions has said. I think that's bull feathers. Here's the thing. Senator Angus King, independent from Maine, said on CNN's New Day program that he's not going to vote for him. Here's a little something that he didn't remind people of. He's up for re-election in 2018. Yeah. Now, we're going to make a note. When he starts running for re-election in 2018, we're going to remind the people of Maine how he voted. You see, that was another former senator who did the same thing. Mary Landrieu of Louisiana. She was early in her term as United States Senator, and they were taking a vote on eliminating the death tax. Well, we have people who saw, what's the guy from Nevada? I'm trying to forget him, Shane to be. Senator Reed.
Reed?
Yeah.
Harry Reid.
I'm trying to forget him. And
me too.
I think
and you're doing a pretty good job.
A friend of mine saw Senator Reed pull Senator Landrieu aside and talk to her for probably 15 or 20 minutes, badgering her into voting against eliminating the death tax. She had promised her constituency that she was going to vote against. She was going to vote to eliminate the death tax. Harry Reid talked her out of it. I only speculate that one of the arguments was by the time the voters get ready to vote again, they will have forgotten about this. But guess what? When she started running for re-election, I, along with a lot of other people, reminded the voters that she reneged on a promise and she didn't get elected. And so that's why today you have Senator Bill Cassidy in the United States Senate. One of the reasons. There are a lot of reasons, but that's one of the reasons he is in the United States Senate. Then you have the media still Trump tripping. They're Trump tripping. John McCain and Lindsey Graham never miss an opportunity to criticize President-elect Trump. Never miss an opportunity to voice their opinion, which may be different from President Trump and his administration. You see, folks, I think they are trying to be relevant. And so if they say something against the president, they know that the media is going to jump all over it. And so ABC News did an article on McCain is Trump's nemesis. No, he's not. McCain is just trying to get a little attention. Remember, he ran for president and didn't get it. Yes, he may not approve of a lot of things that Trump has said and is doing, but he's not a nemesis. By the way, one nemesis doesn't stop a show. Write that down, Shana B. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show.
Herman Cain.
Always gives me insights to what I don't already think about or know.
Solutions for a better America.
Good morning, my live audience on live streaming. Welcome to the Herman Cain Show. By the way, can you all tell which team I'm pulling for on Sunday? Just a hint. Can you tell? Thank you, Judy. She says she loves the way I tell it like it is. Sonia, good morning. She's back. It froze up. Yeah. Oh, I still have this on. This shouldn't bother it. It's got Wi-Fi off. Okay. Yeah. So they didn't lose it. Okay. Shane, I know you have a lot going on, but I just wanted to remind you all that we are live streaming. And Jarrett, what? Don't what? Oh, she didn't? Oh. Is Jared there?
Jared has stepped away.
Is he streaming?
Huh?
I said, is he watching into the live stream? He doesn't have to watch it. I want him to see what I'm wearing today.
I saw.
Oh, you did? Why did you see it?
I I had this hunch that you were far away from your microphone, and so I pulled up the stream and went, "Yep, he's far from the microphone."
Okay, I just wanted to see if you noticed.
You look so nice.
Thank you.
Look at Herman. He wants you to see him.
Oh, Julio.
Any idea who I'm pulling for on Sunday?
The Ravens. When did you get the jersey?
Day before yesterday at Dick's Sporting Goods. And they were out, and they got a shipment in as I'm standing at the cash register.
Hell yeah.
And the manager said, Mr. Cain, did you want a jersey? I said, yeah. He said, we just got a shipment in.
Here, look at the camera and smile. That's cool.
Thank you.
That's cool.
I'm wearing this to the Super Bowl party on Sunday. Obviously. No, I just wanted you all to see my Super Bowl attire.
Awesome.
Wow, our friends at KRMG are in like temporary makeshift studios in their new building.
Hey, Shane,
You could tell by the tables. Yeah. Hey, they're making it work. Yes.
Sonia's watching again today.
Hello, Sonia.
You know, Sonia's the only one that Shane noted that was watching every day. So, Sonia, just watch out. Shane could be developing the hots for you. I'm just saying.
President of your fan club. Tell Sonia that she gets to request a bumper song.
She heard you.
Yes. Request a bumper song, and I'll play it at 10:37.
What bumper song would you like, Sonia? See, he's already sucking up.
Bumper music by request.
He's already sucking up, Sonia. You got a spell on him. Remember that song, Shane?
I have that.
I got a spell. Well, you ought to play that one then.
That's not her request. Okay, here we go. We got to focus now. Focus. Anytime.
Ready. I think that's almost We Are Family, and we are, folks, right here on the Herman Cain Show. Thank you for joining us. Here's a story that I've got to talk about some more, and that is the media is trying to suck Super Bowl players into denouncing Donald Trump. That is so sick. They can't denounce Donald Trump on their own with a set of lies that they put out there. So now they are trying to get Super Bowl players to act like Capper Prick. Yeah. But they're not falling for it. USA Today tried to bait Nate Solder. Didn't work. He said, quote, I've been doing a lot of reading on the subject about the temporary hold on people coming in from certain countries. But Nate says, I'm staying focused on football. Good for you, Nate. So did one of the Atlanta Falcons players, Dwight Freeney. He also said, you have to follow this stuff to know it. And he said, I'm staying focused on football. You know, not only is the liberal media going out of its way to try and continue to fan the flames of denial and anger that Donald Trump got elected president, they're also trying to continue what I call media frenzy 2.0 with all of this Trump tripping. That's what a caller called it yesterday, and I think that's a good terminology to use in terms of describing what it is that they're trying to do. They're Trump tripping. They are putting their own political agenda ahead of the people. That's what's wrong with Trump tripping. And they're still telling the same lies about that ban against those 7 countries. I wrote a commentary about it yesterday. Take a look at it at HermanCain.com. Do you feel better now, Shana B., that I'm closer to the mic? You're so
I even
picky.
pulled up your YouTube stream just to see.
How could you tell I was a little further back from the mic?
Because you sounded like you were further back from the mic.
See, I'm looking at these little lights over here on this box, and when they start hitting red, I either move back or talk softer. And as you know, I don't have a soft voice. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show. Sonia, watch out.
Is my kid in the right car seat? I guess she is.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Very good. I was trying to trick you, Shani B, with moving back from the mic. I was trying to get more of my face in the camera.
Let's see, 36 people watching now versus 1 million people listening.
But that doesn't
not say I don't love our 36 people watching now.
But that doesn't see. You got to remember. You know how many people go back and watch the show, the streaming later in the day? Over 250. So it's not 36. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's still a long way from millions. Okay. Let's just say I like playing to the live audience.
I know.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's see what my live audience is talking about today. I already mentioned Judy. Judy says Starbucks seems to be very liberal. They are. It starts with the guy who started the company, Howard Schultz. I think that's his name. He has been very liberal and very outspoken. So that is not new. They are very liberal. Dennis says he thinks you should have to pass the U.S. citizenship test to vote. Dennis, there won't be any voters. If we all have to pass, okay, Dennis, who would write the citizenship test? Or are you talking about a specific one already that they have to take when they become citizens of the United States? If that's the one you're talking about, I think most people could pass it. But I like the idea. But you'd have lawsuits galore if you require people to take a citizenship test in order to be able to vote. All I want is a voter ID. That's all I want. I don't have to have a test. I just would like a voter ID. I read a great article this morning by, let me look and see who that was. It was such a good article, I couldn't remember it. Oh, it was an article written by Tard Starnes. The title of his article is "Liberals Want U.S. to Admit All the Refugees and Pray We Don't Get Blown Up." He put some funny stuff in here. Near the end of his article, he says he was criticizing the people who play make-believe for a living went out of their way to denounce President Trump during the Screen Actors Guild Awards on Sunday. He said, here's a thought. Next year, hold the SWAG Awards in downtown Tehran. I hear the Ayatollahs are big Rosie O'Donnell fans. He has a good sense of humor, and he's also a good writer. But he's right. Stop all of the complaining. Shannon B. When did she take it? Oh, I gave parts of it. That's right. I do remember we did that. Jeez. Robert just posted a new article, folks, on hermancain.com. The title is Grieving Mother Tells Pelosi Her Son Was Tortured to Death by Illegals. Pelosi tells her illegals are law-abiding citizens. What is wrong with that woman? If they're illegal, they're not law-abiding citizens. And the Democrats that follow her let her get away with this nonsense. I'm going to try to be calm. Try and calm down. Shane B, are you all there? I got some trivia for Jared.
Oh, I'm here. I'm sending out interview requests.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I know you got a lot going on.
I know. I'm trying to still schedule Shaney B nap time. Shaney B Soma time. That's some trivia for our YouTube friends. By the way, I'm bringing the stream back up.
Okay.
What does the acronym SOMA mean? And the winner gets a bumper request. By the way, I got Sonia's bumper request.
Oh, she sent it in.
Look, I deliver.
Oh, where did she send her bumper request?
I saw it on the comment thing.
Oh.
And then Lisa told me too. Hi, Lisa.
Okay. Why don't I see her bumper request?
Oh.
What am I missing? Huh? Oh.
Let's see. Soma. Did anybody answer the Soma question?
I don't have to refresh, do I?
It was farther up.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll be back in right now. That's for you, Sonia. You asked for it. See, Shana B is just got a spell on you.
Anytime.
Welcome back to the Herman Cain Show. Thank you for joining us. And by the way, Shana B, I know we got millions of listeners, but the people who came back and watched yesterday's streaming is now up to 280 views. So it's not just 32 people. I just want to set the record straight. And that's why we're going to be taking your phone calls at 877-310-2100 on the Herman Cain Show. And we're going to start with Sam. Hello, Sam. What's on your mind today?
Well, I tell you, I keep hearing the word war used as far as what the Democrats say they're going to do to the Republicans on Capitol Hill. I got bad news for them. There ain't no war. The war ended on election night 2016.
You are so correct.
Senator Orrin Hatch, more than a half an hour or so ago, when he said, we're just going to go ahead and do this without you, whether or not you Democrats want to show up to move this thing along regarding some of these nominees, and he did it.
Yep.
Whether the Democrats were there or not, and he did it, and he had the legal right to do it because the party that's in control is the party that gets to move things along.
Yes.
And President Trump is now the president of the United States, and his party is in control of the whole shebang.
Exactly.
If the Democrats want to just keep on complaining and pounding their fists, fine, but they can only do that for so long.
You're right. There is no war. And here's the thing. I respect the Republicans in the Senate that are trying to give the Democrats an opportunity to be a part of the process. If you've got legitimate questions, fine, ask those questions. But to basically boycott the process, what does that do? Nothing. It forces Orrin Hatch and the other committee chairs to say, okay, you're not going to cooperate. We're going to go ahead without you. What Sam is referring to, folks, is that in committee, since it is a Republican-controlled Senate, every chairman is a Republican, and the number of Republicans is at least one more than the number of Democrats. When the Democrats were controlled, when the Democrats were controlled, in control, they did exactly the same thing. This is why they will eventually be confirmed, because Brett Baer tried to pin Senator McConnell in the corner yesterday on his show. McConnell says, we will eventually get them all confirmed. And then Brett Baer comes back and says, does that mean you're going to use the nuclear option? McConnell said, we will eventually get them confirmed. Is that a yes? You might have to use the nuclear option? What McConnell was saying, Sam, he's not going to show his hand. You don't do that. So he's not showing his hand. They will eventually get it through, but they are slow walking this baby to death. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the show, Michael, on the Herman Cain Show. What's on your mind?
Hey, Herman, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Heard your news nugget yesterday about the liberals having a fit and the news media having a fit over Trump talking to Putin.
Yes.
And was thinking back whenever Obama, I believe both times, ran for election, the news media had a fit that he was willing to talk to foreign dictators like Castro, but the Republicans were not. Once again, showing their blatant double standards.
That's right.
It's okay for the Democrat to do it, but it's not okay for a Republican to do it.
The double standard and the hypocrisy we are used to, what is causing, as a caller said yesterday, causing my gears to grind is the flat-out lying and then creating a media frenzy over it. I didn't see a media frenzy when Obama was caught. I said it. I didn't mean to say it. I didn't see a media frenzy when the 44th president whispered in the Russian leader's ear, I can do more for you after the election. What is that? And everybody heard it. But where was the media frenzy? Now Donald Trump is doing something that many other presidents have done, and they want to create a frenzy based upon lies. But you're right. The double standard.
It's probably why they're pitching such a fit. There wasn't any leaked audio of their meeting, and I'm pretty sure their meeting went very differently.
Exactly. Thanks a lot for the call, Michael. Hello, Robert. You're on the Herman Cain Show.
Hello, Herman.
Yes, sir.
My name's Robert. I'm from Cushing, Oklahoma.
All right.
And I just want to talk about, there's so many things to talk about, but the Affordable Care Act, and whenever they repeal and replace, it's very important to me and many people that Congress gets the same plan that you and I get.
Yes.
I would just really love for Mr. Trump to beat that drum really hard and tell him, that's just the way it's going to be.
I know Representative Tom Price, and although I haven't asked him that question directly, I believe that's going to be one of the recommendations that he makes, and that is members of Congress need to live according to the same laws that they pass for us. And you're right. That is the way Donald Trump would think. But as the whole process moves forward in terms of confirmation, that'll be something that we try to get to him, once he gets inaugurated and this sort of thing. So I feel pretty confident that that's the case because there again, remember President Trump is a president of the people, not of the politicians. And that is one of the biggest differences. Thanks a lot for the call. Bill from Ohio. You're on the Herman Cain Show. What's on your mind?
Shucky Ducky, my brother from another mother. How
Shucky
are you?
Ducky, back at you, my brother from another mother.
Oh, my gosh, man. Nancy Pelosi has number one, she's fortunate that she is a congresswoman because she definitely cannot make it as a singer.
You saw that clip when the microphone didn't work and they were out in front of the Supreme Court?
Oh, my God, it was hysterical.
Oh.
It's no wonder. I mean, if you can't even get a microphone to work, well, I mean, Obamacare, that's a prime example. But anyways, I was reading this morning where she was commenting on the Supreme Court pick, and I'm like, Nancy, it's not up to you. It's up to the Senate. What's going on here? What's up with you, man? Come on. No one really. And I think a majority of the people really don't care what Nancy Pelosi has got to say about the Supreme Court pick.
The majority do not. Here's what she had to say about Gorsuch yesterday.
If you breathe air, drink water, eat food, take medicine, or in any other way interact with the courts, this is a very bad decision.
Bill, that's just the typical scare tactics that she and Chuck Schumer and the other Democrats and the liberal media are using. Scare tactics.
Because they don't have they can't get him on anything substantive.
No, they don't have any substance, so they're using scare tactics. That's all it is, but you're absolutely right. Thanks a lot.
Keep up the good work.
Well, see, here's the other thing about Pelosi. When they were voting on the minority leader and she won it again, you know why they reelected her? Because as the minority leader, see, she has a war chest of money to be used to help people to get elected. So what they do is they threaten folk, if you don't vote for me, I'm not going to use any of my money, which is legal, to help you with your election. That's how she stays in power. That's how Harry Reid stayed in power for so long. Literally, promising favors. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. This is why they have such a hard time and they don't like Donald Trump. He doesn't owe anybody any favors. Thanks a lot. Andy, you're on the Herman Cain Show. What's on your mind?
Well, Herman, I was wondering, you're saying liberals are lying if they say the travel ban is unconstitutional, correct?
Correct.
Okay. When the ACA was out there, you called that unconstitutional, correct? Yet
I did.
Yes, you're on tape saying it. So
I'm not denying I called it unconstitutional. What's your point?
So were you lying or not lying?
I was not lying. ACA was unconstitutional.
So if they call it unconstitutional, but if someone else calls something you disagree with,
no,
you
Andy.
call it lying.
No, okay, let's back up, Andy. You're confusing people. I call ACA unconstitutional. When this was before they changed the language to skate it by in the Supreme Court. When they first passed it.
It's banned, but you did it before it was banned, before it was found to be constitutional.
Are you just calling it to be argumentative, or are you trying to clarify something I said?
I'm trying to find out why you consider liberals lying about a ban. You say it's lying if they say it's unconstitutional. But you said the ACA was unconstitutional.
Andy, listen closely. Listen closely before I run out of time. Listen closely. When they first passed the ACA and shoved it down our throats, it was unconstitutional. Will you let me explain to you, or I'm going to cut you off? See, that's what you liberals do. You're going to talk over me when I'm trying to explain to you because you have misunderstood what I did. Now, let me try this one more time. Pull him down, Shane B, since he refuses to listen. When it was shoved down our throats as the ACA, they called it the Affordable Care Act. The language in it was unconstitutional until it went to the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court John Roberts recommended that they change the language in order to make it constitutional. So it was unconstitutional when it was first passed. Now, relative to this hold or this ban that you're talking about, it is not unconstitutional, period. And you're trying to make a comparison that doesn't even make sense because you're trying to make, I don't even know what point you're trying to make other than you're trying to say that I was wrong, so I lied. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to call me a liar. No. When they first passed it, it was unconstitutional. Then they changed the language to make it constitutional. So after they changed the language to make it constitutional, you have not heard me say that the Unaffordable Care Act was unconstitutional. Think about it, Andy. And please catch up with the rest of us. You're listening to The Herman Cain Show.
He has solutions for a better America.
He's just common sense.
This is Herman Cain.
Do you all see what I have to deal with? Do you see what I have to deal with? I'm not mad at y'all.
Sir, do we need to turn the AC on down there, sir?
I had to pull over and get out of my car because there was fire coming out of the road.
These liberal idiots drive me crazy. Now, I could just cut them off. I could just tell Shane B to pull it down. I try to have a dialogue with them. That's all I'm trying to do. But as you all can see, my live audience, they don't want to have a dialogue. They don't want to understand where they are messed up. They just want to talk over you. And that's when I get upset because I refuse for him to insinuate that I lied and not give me a chance to explain what it is that I said. I don't like doing that, but Shane and Jared love it.
The louder you yell, the closer I listen. It's weird. Everybody's like that. They're driving in the car. Shh, he's yelling.
Quiet down. He's getting upset. He's getting upset. I called the ACA unconstitutional. I did. It was. That's why they had to change the language. That's the point I was trying to make to him. Once they changed the language, it made it constitutional.
When they called it a tax.
When they called it a tax.
I was thinking about this. There was a show you did way back when in the nighttime show.
Yeah.
And I remember this show because my ears are still ringing.
I must have been really shouting.
Oh, dear God. You blew out some circuits on the audio console.
They had to change out the board.
You screamed, "It's a tax." And everybody said, "Oh, Herman, you stupid, hick, ignorant, rube, racist. You just don't like the black man in the White House." Then it goes to the Supreme Court. Justice Roberts says, well, this isn't going to hold up. But if it's a tax, well, then it's okay. Then everybody was like, it's a tax.
Yes. And they went back and redrafted the language.
Yep.
All right, fam. Bye, guys.
Hey, thanks, Jared.
Adios.
Absolutely. See
I'm
y'all.
gonna send you something on Apple's response to Trump's ban. Okay.
Perfect. Please do. Bye, guys.
Bye, Jared. Thanks, buddy. Do you think that guy had listened to every show I did? Which is why he was so sure I lied?
He's probably viewer number 36 on the stream.
Probably so. Good grief. Melanie, my comments are not coming through. No. The last one I have is Dennis. Or are they at the top? No. Mine aren't coming through. This is the last one I got. Do I have to do something? Oh. Maybe when it hiccuped. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that's it. Yep, got it. Yeah. When I refreshed it, that's what it was. Yeah. You're right, Sonia. I was trying to tell the idiot that it was a mandate which was illegal and unconstitutional. They changed it to the word tax. That's how they were able to get it through. Thank you, Sonia. I was trying to tell him that, but I was too busy getting excited. And you're right. When they changed the language, it wasn't voted on again. You're right, Donna. That's a good technical point. That's a good technical point. But the Democrats were so determined to shove it down our throats. And you're right. When they changed it in the Supreme Court, it should have gone back for a vote. It didn't. You're right. But we're not going to worry about that right now because we're going to repeal and replace. And Sonia, they don't want to hear the truth. But no, don't feel for me. I can handle myself. Thank you.
Anytime.
Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for listening and watching the Herman Cain Show. And don't forget to go to hermancain.com where you can listen live, you can listen later, you can watch live, you can watch later, you can read tantalizing commentary, any and all of the above, but you got to go to hermancain.com first. Mark, you've got the last call on Rapid Fire. What's on your mind today?
Hi, Mr. Cain.
Yes, sir.
I've been trying to get you on the Twitter feed. It's Black History Month, and I just wanted to know if you were black.
Yes, I am black.
Okay, I had to hear from you. Do you understand then that all the oppression that minorities, like black people,
yes,
have been going through and the fear they have right now because of the white supremacist Nazi in charge? I just wanted to get your take as an admitted black man on that.
As a black man, I am not afraid of the white man in the White House. And here's why.
What?
He's not a racist. I know him. He's not a racist. I know him. I know that's hard to believe. Secondly, look at the people he surrounded himself with. Would a racist?
White men.
Yes, exactly. Well, Dr. Ben Carson isn't white.
What?
Dr. Ben Carson isn't white. One of his other appointees.
I still have to talk to him. I'm going to call him and ask him if he's black, too. I mean, you're not the only one I got to figure this out.
I understand your dilemma, Mark. You're right. The liberals and the liberal media and the Democrats, if, nothing else that they tried to play the race card, but it didn't work. So now they're playing the crazy card.
I'm one of those super liberals who does respect. I've read your books, but I just can't get behind the division.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the anger and the hatred from both parties, Mr. Cain, are really bothersome, and I particularly see it with my minority brothers and sisters.
Well, there are a couple of aspects to that I'm going to have to answer tomorrow, but let me give you the short answer. Yes, you have some divisiveness on both sides, but I have never seen it as bad with the Democrats as we've seen it within the last 13 days. Thanks, Mark. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show. I am your host, Herman Cain. Thank y'all. I'll be back again tomorrow. And make sure you share this with your friends. Let them know that we're on every day at this time. Thanks. Have a great one.